I want to tell you why today is the day that you have to give Jesus a chance. What do you have to lose with giving Jesus a chance today? Do you remember in Luke chapter 5 when Simon Peter was struggling with trying to catch fish? This was his occupation. This was how he fed his family. This was how he survived. But he couldn't catch any fish. This was frustrating, disappointing. I could almost feel the anguish that Simon Peter felt doing the best that you can, but you still can't get ahead. This was what was happening to Peter. But Jesus comes along right in the middle of everything that he's going through. And Jesus says, let me use your boat. You know, that one thing that Peter needed to go out again and try to catch fish, Jesus says, let me use it. Let me use that for a minute. I want to teach and preach to the people. But Simon Peter, in his love for Jesus, he says, okay, I'll let you use my boat. So here Jesus is out in the Sea of Galilee, teaching people who are standing on the shore of the sea, listening to him preach. Simon, of course, is there on the boat listening. And I'm sure under all that frustration, he's wondering, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to pay my employees? And Jesus is standing here preaching. But Jesus does this magnificent thing. After he finishes preaching and teaching to the people, he turns to Simon Peter, right in the middle of his frustration. And he tells him something so simple. He says, Simon, go out, launch yourself into the deep, and throw your nets out for a catch. Now, Simon Peter, of course, tells Jesus, listen, I've been toying with this thing all night. Me and my men, we've been out here. We know, Jesus, we're the experts here. We know that there's no fish here. But then he says something. I guess he snaps to reality. He says, you know what? I'm going to give Jesus a chance. Because everything else that I tried didn't work. So I'm going to give him a chance. And he says, okay, master, I'll throw it out. See, in that moment, Peter was not only throwing out a net, he was throwing out his faith in Jesus. Because his faith in himself, it just didn't work for him. It disappointed him. His faith in his expertise, his faith in his equipment, his faith in his employees, in his people, in his self, it was not enough anymore. So he says, okay, I'll throw it out. I'll give you a chance. And in that one moment of giving Jesus a chance, Simon Peter's life was changed forever. The Bible says he caught a multitude, a huge amount of fish. So much more that it was breaking his net. That's a lot of fish for taking one chance with Jesus. And I say all this to say, today is your day to take that one chance with Jesus, to throw your net out, your net of faith in Jesus. And whatever he tells you to do today, do it. If it is forgive, forgive. If it is to love, love. If it is to open a door or close another, do it. If it is to stand up or sit down or be quiet for a minute, do it. Jesus knows where your biggest catch is. And I pray that today is the day that you give Jesus a chance so that your life will be changed forever. Throw your net out in faith towards Jesus. Be blessed.